Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon. And yes, as you can tell by the title of the video, this could be me responding to, again, Kevin Swanson. Because, as far as I'm concerned, he's a bigot. Now the people who support him are also bigoted. You're just as bad as he is if you do nothing about it. You know, when it comes to bad stuff. Yeah, this guy needs no introduction because I've done quite a lot of videos regarding this guy among other people like him. So yeah, of course he's already had a bone to pick with Disney to begin with, and the fact that The Last Jedi was made by this company he really despised is just icing to the cake when it comes to being despicable or whatever. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be talking about. He's responding to The Last Jedi. I mean, this wasn't the only time I spoke about when he spoke about The Last Jedi. So I'm just going at it again because he's talking about it again. And it's mostly has something to do with her being a woman as the main character. Of course. Of course. I don't know. Well, it just seems weird. I don't know why. It just seems weird that a lot of these Christians have some beef with women. Okay, maybe I do know why, because they just want women to be submissive when you get that when you think about it. But okay, and all this mumbo jumbo he wants to bring up and whatnot. So I guess I'm just gonna do this as quickly as possible because I don't want this to be super long like some of the other videos I made. So yeah, with that being said, let's just hop right to it, I guess. So here we go.
Aspect of this movie, The Last Jedi, the sixth most popular film of all time,
Yeah, okay, whatever, you stupid shit.
that had just come out last month, my friends, is the
I am not your friend.
feminist edge to it, of course.
Oh man, then you definitely hate this newly released Sailor Moon detergent thing they just released. You know, that's female empowerment. So I bet she's gonna get pissed off at that right there.
The biggest feminist film of the year, or the biggest lesbian film of the year, was Wonder
Of
Woman.
course, he's referring to the 2017 release of Wonder Woman. She's a lesbian? She is? I mean, okay, what was the bit was she actually with Steve Trevor? You know, she could be bisexual. In the comics, it's been confirmed she's actually bisexual, you know. And she has some bondage kinky stuff. That's always in the comics. Alright, female lead equals. You know, that's a stereotype, right? Not all feminists are lesbians. You realize that? I mean, there are some, but come on. And the character of Rey could have just had sex with a woman that one time, maybe, and it wouldn't have been none of your business anyway. Not that I'm suggesting that she did for anyone who hasn't seen the movie. I'm just pointing it out just to make a statement here. That's all.
But this now, The Last Jedi, becomes the biggest feminist film, and the feminists are head over heels in love with this one.
When was this a thing? The vast majority of the fan base hated that movie. Not because a lot of people. I mean, it's not a bad movie, mind you, but a lot of where are you getting this from?
It's a bit of a feminist fest with very little artistic storytelling involved.
I mean, yeah, the film has its flaws, but having a female lead isn't a flaw in itself. But this was coming with the same person that complained about the Frozen movies being too suggestive for the little kids, trying to seduce them into lust and whatnot. Yeah, really. He actually made a claim about this a while back. Oh boy. That should give the mindset that he has with their folks, because it's just really stupid.
You mentioned the
But
reviewers
anyway,
found this
go
thing
on.
to be a rather boring storyline that really never went anywhere, but it was a great vehicle.
And that's what's called cherry picking. He's intentionally picking the bad reviews to make it as if like he's in the right, which he's not. Not that I'm trying to suggest that this was some grand masterpiece or anything, but there's a lot of good bits. Like she's trying to find her parents and have Kylo Ren trying to manipulate her to join his side and to let go of certain things. And then that one big fight scene that they two had in there was actually pretty good. You know, when they were fighting against the guards, there's a lot of good stuff in there. The villains turning against each other is also very realistic when you think about it, because that happens in real life. And the character Rey, she's not all powerful like a lot of fans claim her to be. Yeah, Snoke himself, he himself almost killed her off. He pretty much kicked her ass. So yeah, about that. So maybe she should have got us some assistance to like a guerrilla warfare kind of a thing. So Yeah, I've got a critical methods there, folks.
To continue to educate the world towards feminism.
Okay, aside from the obvious homophobia, you just don't want women to be empowered, if anything. You don't want them to be ruling over men, allegedly. So misinformed in this, it's unbelievable. It's not about ruling over men. That's not what feminism is about. I mean, sure, there's the angry feminazi, sure, but you don't include them. That's actually a small number of feminists who do that. I mean, they come off louder, sure, but the actual feminists don't want to rule over men. You want equal to men. Oh, right, that's what it is. You don't want equal rights for women and lesbians. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I see. Yeah, Kevin Swanson is believing that this film is promoting this kind of feminism. The angry feminazi who's just going around and actual demands by yelling at them. Well, these feminazis are claiming that every single man is just like Kevin Swanson. As far as I'm concerned, both sides are just as guilty of each other, making these exaggerated claims and whatnot. Wanting equal rights isn't in itself a bad thing, of course, but don't become the thing that you're fighting against, is what I'm saying. Don't do that. So yeah, apparently the film Last Jedi was inspired by this and trying to have some sort of agenda to hate all men. Okay, that's not what the movie's about, but okay, did you really watch the movie? I don't think you did. You just heard rumors of such. I mean, a lot of fans have claimed the same thing, that it was inspired by this woke culture or whatever, which of course in itself is again a lie, but whatever. Oh boy. Basically, what I'm getting at, it's the same side fighting against itself. It's just two sides of the same coin as far as I'm concerned.
And that is, feminism is ultimately the individuation of the family, destruction of the family.
That's wrong again. Feminism, for the most part, is not for destroying the family. It's equal to men.
And the violation of the biblical ordinance.
In other words, he's trying to claim that, of course, you can use this sexist quotes and whatnot. In other words, he's claiming that feminism is trying to teach women that they need men just like a goldfish needs a bicycle, so to speak, with that kind of mentality. In order to reach true happiness, a woman must be submissive to the man because the Bible said so. You realize that's exactly why a lot of feminists want to rebel against what you would call the Word of God. This is, of course, a perfectly good reason to rebel against what you call something that's corrupted. And that what there is, in fact, corrupted. Your version of what is right is corruption. You have to realize that. There's no sugarcoating it. Come on.
That the husband is head of the wife. So that's fundamentally what is being eroded in the minds of our 13 and 14-year-old girls as they watch.
Got to catch them!
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
Of course, want women to be a certain way. And you be submissive and whatnot. And of course, if you disagree with him, apparently you can hate kids. If you're okay with feminism, it means you're against family, you're against having a family structure. Oh, it must mean you despise kids. Okay, that's not the case really, but again, I keep repeating myself. You're coming off extremely hyperbolic here. Really hyperbolic. Anyway.
These movies and these films, my friends, you can...
How many times do I have to say it? I'm not your pal, I'm not your friend, I'm not your buddy. Never.
I thoroughly expect the unraveling of the Christian family in the years to come.
Yeah, that's great. The way you're doing it, it should. How's it that you pointed out the obvious, yet you don't get it still?
If the Christian family is sitting their children at the feet of feminists...
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
And they are receiving these messages.
Well, actually, the only people that's doing the brainwashing are the Christians. And then you claiming that Disney's doing that with this film.
Daisy, Carrie, and Laura are the three actresses.
And yet you say nothing about the original trilogy at all. Oh, yeah, that's right, because at the time they weren't being produced by Disney, and now they are, and now you have a problem with it. Okay, to be fair, the fan base of Star Wars are just as guilty for doing the same thing for the same reason, so yeah.
That are defending the universe from the bad guys in this film.
Making that statement just make it seem like you really didn't see the movie. they become the bad guys. And the bad guys, the villains, are the First Order. Have you not been paying attention? The villains, the bad guys, there's more than one team, there's more than one group, and each can have their own leader. And these said groups had actually fought each other too. I've already said this, and you keep repeating yourself too. The villain characters had fought each other in the books, the games, and whatnot as well. How can you not know that?
Daisy, Carrie, and Laura. Daisy Ridley is the Jedi. Carrie Fisher is the commander of the entire Resistance. And then there's Laura Dern.
Well, okay, wrong again. In this film, in the context of this film, Rey was a Jedi in training, to be more exact, not a full-blown Jedi yet. And then the Rose character, she was never a Jedi either, really. And then as for Carrie Fisher's character, Princess Leia, she was General Leia at this point. She was already a helping hand of a part of a group. There was a Resistance, sure. And then there was also the New Republic. The New Republic was also a part of the good guy team. Just like how the villains have different teams, same can be said with the good guys.
Who apparently has some important leadership position in the Resistance as well as Admiral.
There's no apparently. What do you mean apparently? I just said that she's a general.
Hulda in the film. Now, these again are the three most important figures in the Resistance.
Wrong again. The character Rose, she was more of a foot soldier if anything, but okay, you got your facts wrong again. It's not that I'm trying to dismiss the importance of the other characters or part of the story, don't get me wrong. My point meaning is that, like her Rose, he's getting the ranks wrong. Wrong. Getting all these characters rankings wrong entirely. It makes me think that maybe you didn't really watch the movie, like, at all.
That's quote-unquote the good guys defending the universe from the bad guys, of course.
What do you mean, quote-unquote good guys? Oh, that's right. You don't want the women to help to save the universe from the corrupted.
Good and bad, of course. There is no such thing as that.
He's implying that the fact that there's a female lead, there's no good guys here. Okay. Again, granted, the villain characters have fought each other. But that doesn't mean there aren't any good guys. How many times do I have to bring this fact up?
In a Star Wars universe, but this is the Hunger Games motif one more time, where you have the 17-year-old girl trying to save the world with her bow and arrow.
So he's claiming that this movie is going to help to turn the United States of America and turn it into some, dictatorship. Kind of like what happened with the Hunger Games kind of movies. He's using that movie as a metaphor for all this. Okay.
All right, so again, pure silliness, but...
Okay, there was doubtful in the teaching. That got dark. And then there was also, of course, lots of explosions where people died and there were ships and whatnot. And of course, those other characters that had the intent to actually murder somebody for resisting them. But, okay, well, sure, yeah, it's all silly, goofy, fun stuff for the entire family. And, oh, I see what you did there. You're trying to undermine the fact that women want the rights. Oh, that's silly. Oh, silly woman. Silly woman. You don't know what you're talking about. I know what you want. You don't know what you want. Oh, how dare you want rights? Oh my God. It means the end of society, I guess, huh?
The ladies want to take everybody off to a safe planet somewhere.
Oh my God, a woman wants to help people? How selfish. She should let a man do it.
There's a guy who's sort of opposed to that agenda in the movie.
Are you sure that's what the case is? Are you sure it's not something else? If somebody stands against it could be for a reason, and not what you're thinking. Maybe it's more in the lines of that. Maybe she's the one that made a mistake because when you think about it, she should have told the other guy what she was planning, which she didn't. It was like a mistake. I mean, yes, she had a plan, but it was taken as if she was being a coward when it looked like she was running away when she really wasn't. So, yeah.
And evidently he tries to fight off the tyranny. But
okay, now you're just intentionally misleading people. The whole thing with the First Order, they're the tyranny, not her.
The women want their agenda and eventually get to the point where they take folks off to a safe planet.
Again, what are you talking about? Of course, Rey wanted to help people. Of course, she wants everybody to be in a safe place. Of course, he wants everybody to be taken to another spot because the First Order was pretty much killing everybody. And of course, this was in conflict with Kylo Ren because he has his own thing going on. And this doesn't mean she had an agenda. She didn't want to turn everybody into feminists at all. Where was this? At the very least, not in the same way that he's talking about. I mean, of course, he wants everybody to get along, obviously, but he's just twisting it around.
So, friends, this...
They have a say.
God damn it! Again, I'm not your friend! Look what I got here. Oh, look at that. These two games have some LGBT stuff going on. Oh, look at that. I guess I'm going around trying to turn everybody into a communist, apparently. To hell with communism, by the way. Oh, yeah. Them damn dirty commies. So, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Space.
They got to have their safe space,
which gets invaded by...
What the war doing was not literally the same thing as this. Yeah, he was comparing to this. Are you serious? Ugh.
By the,
So it really doesn't work out as well.
Doesn't work out. Doesn't work out.
So, friends, this is what the last movies produced by a dying civilization looks like.
So, yeah, society is dying off. And, of course, The Last Jedi is proof of this. That society is working in such a way that he doesn't like it. Oh, okay. I mean, his old Christian ways that he specifically did when he was younger, yeah, that's dying off, and he doesn't like it. Yep. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh, yeah.